mind if we started from scratch?
No, please.
All right. What's up, TIW Mafia? This is JP, and I'm here with one of my favorite guests, the newest ant in the colony, Green Ant.
Well, that's certainly high praise that you're throwing at me.
Again.
Your favorite ant. Your favorite guest.
My favorite guest. One of my, absolutely, because it's just fun.
I'll challenge the favorite ant thing, too, because I don't know that Thief Ant's done many podcasts here.
I haven't had Thief on. We haven't had Thief Ant on yet, I don't think.
He doesn't talk that much, besides when he's making some master plans up. And Fire Ant, if you can get more than 4 words out of him, you're in good shape.
I would love to get Fire Ant. I would love to get Thief Ant, too. But I would be afraid with Thief Ant that my equipment would start going missing.
Yeah, he likes to acquire things for his personal collection as
I don't have wrestling moves he can steal. But, be awkward if halfway through the interview my microphone disappeared.
Steals a recording or two from the desktop that never get released.
Oh man, so this is cool. Actually, I got to talk about the podcast for 1 second, and then it's all about you. So I recently found we started this Green Ant in 2006, and we stopped for a bunch of years.
Yeah.
I just found a bunch of our 2006 interviews.
Oh wow.
And it's cool. I just I'm gonna do something. I had to re-record it. I had to basically record it off of my computer because I couldn't download the MP3 from the site it was on.
Huh.
But I just did it with that Thief Ant one. The next one I think I'm gonna do is the one we did. We did one with Kazani and Outback Jack.
Oh wow.
Which is really. I think you guys. I think. Kazani.
He was with us for a while. Sinbodi.
Yeah.
Was
incredible.
Yeah, he's a scary guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But the good thing about him is he likes having the pain done to himself, not to other people. But now, so Green Ant, you got Infinite Gauntlet coming up.
Yep. This Saturday, May 11th.
And I know you got a pretty big tag match going on with you and Fire Ant.
Yep. It's Fire Ant and I against Murloc and the Cajun Crawdad. And what might be the match to watch on that card.
Cajun Crawdad is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's been powerbombed to the floor and gotten back up. He's jumped off the ceiling of the Wrestle Factory. I'm curious what he has in his wheelhouse for this weekend, but I'm prepared to take it up to his level if I need to.
That's not your style.
Certainly not, but when it comes to being adaptable and beating opponents, sometimes you gotta step outside your comfort level.
You gotta be careful. That's not, wrestling in general is extremely dangerous, but when you're wrestling somebody like that, you're at risk because of what he's doing, and you're gonna put yourself at risk with what you're doing too if you're trying to top him. Yeah,
it's going to be a game of wits, as some would call it, and deciding which chances are good to take and which ones should just stay there.
I mean, I'm sure the thing with Green Ant is you're always kind of learning your trade, and you're going to be picking up new things, but you're going to be out there with Fire Ant, and he's going to be just coming out hot and going to be running all over the place the way he does, and let him go.
Well, it's the first time that Fire Ant and I have gotten a team as a tandem, and I'm ready to show him that I've come a long way since the last year. So around this time last year, he was beating me up for calling myself an ant, and this year I'm going to show him that working together is going to be best for us.
Yeah, you and Thief Ant were kind of.
We were on the outs for a while.
Yeah, you just weren't really considered part of the colony for a little bit.
No.
But you've got full, you guys busted your butts, you just worked hard, and you just got there.
Thankfully, over the 3 days of King of Trios weekend, we proved to Fire Ant that we're here to hold our own and continue the legacy of the colony.
Yeah, I mean, you were the King of Trios champions last year, and Probably one of the fan favorites again this year, I would assume.
I can only hope so. There's no reason to think that we can't go as far as we did last year this year.
Now, when we get people from Philly on, one of the questions we like to ask, I'm going to ask it to you a little bit different. Luke's, Jim's, it's Tony Luke's, Jim's, and what's the other cheesesteak place?
Oh.
Where were you hanging out outside of to get the crumbs?
Well, you see, I hang out at Phillips, which is a smaller place down off Passyunk Avenue. That you can avoid all those lines. That's the deal I go for.
Okay, it's okay.
Delicious. They're it's the one that the locals know, and everyone else.
So we're exposing it now. We're spilling some tea here.
We're dropping some knowledge for people. Don't go to the tourist traps.
Well, see, that was years ago. Jim's wasn't the tourist trap.
Well,
or at least that's what we were told as tourists.
I can tell you that seeing the line around the corner on South Street.
Yes.
Jim's is a tourist trap now.
I've been in that line a few times. There was a little bit where you guys had a beer, and now it's everywhere, Yingling, and you couldn't get Yingling up in Boston.
Oh yeah.
And I loved me some Yingling, and I loved me some Jim's. So we would go up for King of Trios, and that would be it. We would drink some Jim's. We would go to Jim's, drink some Yinglings, and may or may not have hit an adult exotic bar or two during the day before the show.
It sounds like a weekend plan.
We did it all in a day. We literally, so for King of Trios, we would pick a day. We would look at the card and try to figure out who was going to be there on what day. Might have asked for some advice on who was going to be there on what day and what would be the best day to watch. And we would literally leave at like 5 in the morning, drive to Philly from Boston, and take everything in and just drive back at the end.
It's the best way to do it.
That was what King of Trios meant to me. And like I was at WrestleMania 25 in Houston. I got to see Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. By far the best, not by far, but the best match I've ever seen live. Number 2 was 1, 2, 3 Kid versus El Generico.
Oh, I was in the crowd for that match, and it was it's a wonderful match.
Me too. I was there to see Lince Dorado, and Lince Dorado dove into the crowd.
The infamous 3/4 deep into the row.
Yeah, I got to talk to him about that. A day before he went to WWE, he was doing an autograph signing up here for UFO Wrestling, and I mentioned that to him, and he was like, the holy poop chant. I was like, I was part of that. There's just been so, like, Chikara has so many moments like that. Like, the fans get it. That it's a family-friendly thing. So he dives into the crowd, and instead of the typical chant that you hear at every wrestling show, the fans literally chanted holy poop.
Yeah, and
that's become a thing.
Yeah, it stayed around for as long as I can remember. It still happens every now and then in this era of Chikara. That's pretty cool because anybody can watch Chikara. You don't have to worry about censoring anything. Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts.
That's like you can watch WWE and it's PG, but it's a very they didn't. I don't want to say anything negative, but they don't know how to do PG and still be fun. And I feel like Chikara is more about being fun than being PG. It just happens to stay PG while it's fun.
Yeah, that's it's one of the big things. You don't need to have the remnants of the Attitude Era that there have been left around. You don't need to have them full blown all the time.
Now, when you go wrestling outside of Chikara, Do you keep that same mentality?
Yeah, it's one that I've had for a long time, especially growing up as a fan of chikara. That I don't need to take the easy way out to get a reaction.
Now, do you take part in all of the? I know Quackenbush has been doing a ton of seminars lately. Are you taking part in those?
Uh,
The,
I've been with him before during seminars. Now I'm on the move so much. Every now and then I'll pop in on some of them.
okay, but staying busy, so it's harder to do.
Yeah, I've on the road most weekends. And if I'm not on the road, I'm recovering from being on the road.
Now, are you kind of the hustler ant? I
Uh,
mean, it seems like
I,
Fire Ant runs around in the ring, but outside of the ring, he just like walks around with his hands in his pockets.
he he's certainly slowed down in his age. At least he doesn't look for outside places to
Okay,
go.
yeah, I know he. I mean, yeah, that's you see Green Ant, you see Thief Ant, you don't see Fire Ant outside really too often.
Every now and then we'll drag him along when we need a hand.
Okay,
But for the most part, he's fine.
yeah,
Staying in the anthill and training.
and that's fine. Like a lot of people do that. They have their home promotion, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now you had said earlier that you're trying to do some stake collecting.
Yeah. I've currently got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 states, including the ever elusive Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado Springs. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy time to be messaged from any wrestling group in Colorado, let alone Colorado Springs, and being asked to come out as with Thief Ant for a tag match against their champions.
Now, what if there was like one state that would be on your bucket list? What would it be?
I've seen a picture, like a quick clip of wrestling in Nebraska, and it's I believe it was set up at some sort of restaurant, and a wrestling ring in the parking lot. And as the camera panned around, there was nothing but mountains. That's
That's a cool backdrop.
like, I don't know where the fans come from. I don't know where their houses are out in Nebraska, but there was a wrestling ring in a parking lot out front of a restaurant and mountains around it, and I was in love.
That's yeah, because I mean, you think of the backdrop for that, like the promo photos in the ring and stuff would be incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing just to see it, even just a ring surrounded by nature.
Now, I wonder how many companies I don't hear about Nebraska wrestling too often.
You don't hear about a lot of wrestling out that way for sure.
No,
Which is
we had mentioned Josh, who normally does the show with me. He's from Montana, and there's like we mentioned it to Solo Darling at one point. We were like, he said, "There's no wrestling out here," and she was like, "Hell, I'll pack a bus up."
like, if we could find a ring out that way, or even close out that
That's
way,
right.
we will set up. I'll even set up mats if I have to.
That's yeah, old school style, right?
Yeah, Bob Backlund's taught me a lot about wrestling.
Have you gotten to work with Bob?
No, not yet, but I fully subscribe to the Bob Backlund belief of wrestling.
All right, so we get a few minutes. Name all the presidents.
Oh well, that's
I appreciate the stuff Bob Backlund's done, especially like when I say recently, I mean in the past like 10 years with the making the kids name the states and stuff. He gives them the time and he's trying to teach them a lesson. And I bet you the next time that kid comes up to him, he can name the presidents.
I can only hope so, or else he's still not getting a picture from Bob. So
Right. Right. Now, June 6th and 7th, we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be doing some of this. We'll be doing some podcasting. And I know there's a couple other podcasts that are going to be in the area that'll probably be stopping by because they're going to see some ants and want to talk to them.
which is always welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in New England Fan Fest. It's June 6th and 7th. It's in Rhode Island. The Irish Whip is set up we'll have Green Ant and Thief Ant hanging out for the morning from 10 to 2. And I know you guys got to get back to the anthill in Delaware. Holy cow, I appreciate you guys doing that so much. But they'll be there for the Hall of Fame ceremony the night before, which is just such a cool event. Basically, all of the stars that are there hang out in one room with the fans while the Hall of Fame is going on. Respect the people up on the stadium, but if there's nobody up at the podium for a minute or two, feel free to talk to those guys. You know, I spent a good portion of last year just talking to Perry Satin, which was bananas. Like, I shouldn't be in that position. There's no way.
The amount of people that are on the poster for the New England Fan Fest leads me to believe that there will be a lot of strange and first-time interactions, which I am more than excited for.
You can get tickets and get the poster and stuff at allaccessentertainment.com, and that's access with 2 X's instead of C's.com. It's run by Joe Bruin, and he does this every year. He took a year or two off. There was 1 or 2 I didn't go to. Handsome Jimmy Valiant's there every year, and let me tell you, Handsome Jimmy Valiant is Handsome Jimmy Valiant 24/7. You say hi to him, and you're going to get, woo, mercy baby, in reply. I guarantee it. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Mario Mancini, these guys from all...
Jimmy Hart I'm looking at, Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, Tatanka. It's Perry Satin again this year. It's just fun. Tonga Kid, don't mess with him. Bob Hardcore Hawley, and tickets are dirt cheap. It's like $10 to get in. Autographs and stuff are usually a little bit extra. For $80, you get the VIP dinner the night before, and that's dinner with Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Jimmy Valiant, and you're actually going to sit down and have dinner with them. If you're a fan of 3 Count, they actually got Evan Courageous. I haven't seen Evan Courageous on a poster anywhere in years.
I was going to say.
What he does is he got, I forget who it was. It was one of the old WWF managers. The nerdy one. The glasses and everything.
Oh.
And I was like, how did you do that? And he found out the guy wasn't a wrestler anymore. He was working at a bar. He literally, Joe Bruin just called the bar until he got him. And then just booked him. And that was how he did it. And then he earns these guys' loyalty. So you'll see the same, the guys that were there last year are going to be there this year. And that's like the Jimmy Valiants and stuff. They all love him. He just puts on a great show. It's $20 to get in the door for each event. So $20 for the Fan Fest, $20 for the Hall of Fame. And then the autographs are all extra. The prices are up on the All Access Entertainment. Full Horseman group photo with your own camera is $100. That's all of them. Like I said, for $80, you're getting dinner with them. Personally, I'm not an autograph guy. I'm not really a picture guy. I prefer the dinner.
Yeah, I would jump all over that dinner. Be a 4 horsemen for the night.
Yeah, it's Tully, Barry Windham, J.J. Dillon, Arn Anderson, Jimmy Valiant, Mario Mancini. So, guys, check this out. Show up. Come by and say hi to us. Talk to the ants. Give us something to talk about while you get the microphone going.
Yeah. We'll have plenty of things to do, plenty of things to say. We love meeting new people. We love meeting fans. So whether it's your first time seeing us, whether it's the 100th time you've seen us, come over, take a picture with us. Let's have fun.
If you're a New England wrestling fan, I can tell you pretty much every New England pro wrestler shows up at these things. And I don't know who's going to be there as far as those guys, but they all show up and they all just kind of hang around and talk to people. I know the Ants, you guys are definitely going to take a little bit of time in the morning to walk around and just talk to some of the guys at the tables.
Absolutely.
I'm sure get some advice from some of the legends, the Paul Romas, the Duke DeRosis. You're going to make friends with him over the weekend, hopefully, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully he's a superhero, a good guy.
Yeah.
In a good mood that day, and
try to steal some advice from Duke the Dumpster Drosy, and
he should become a regular in Chikara because the character is just so Chikara. You know, you guys are very, very character based.
He's one of the ones that certainly led Mike and Reckless Youth down the path of creating Chikara.
Is that right?
They both wanted the alternative from the Attitude Era, and they both loved that 90s style of wrestling and characters. So
that's what he is. So guys, come in and hang out again. Eric Bischoff is there. The not the Rock and Roll Express. Sorry, the Rhythm and Blues. That's the one. Greg Valentine. And if they're advertising them as Rhythm and Blues, he better have the doc here with the honky tonk man. And they're actually doing a comedy show that I believe the Sunday night they're doing the comedy show. Tony Atlas. Oscar and Mole from Men on a Mission.
Which already shows you the star power you can get.
Yeah. I mean, those guys, that's characters. I'm literally scrolling through this now, and then you guys, of course, Thief Ant, Green Ant. Bull James, who is probably the most current.
I was going to say, he's also in the Infinite Gauntlet this Saturday.
Is he really?
Yep.
I'm going to see him Friday. That's cool. I'll have to send a message to you guys through him. That's, there's a lot of just people that are going to be there and a lot of fans. It's just a good day for everybody. Cash bar, food on hand. What's better than that? And pro wrestling. Well, I haven't done a lot of Fan Fest before.
This will be our first convention.
So I'm excited. I've been to these guys. I go to Joe's every year. But I've never actually kind of walked around the Fan Fest. And I'm looking forward to that. So guys, come in and check us out. It's, like I said, $20. You get to come in and meet your heroes. Literally meet like your childhood heroes. Meet your heroes of tomorrow with Green Ant and Thief Ant. Because, like, the Ants, you guys go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
You know, I can't, obviously.
No, yeah. We have a reputation of being some of the most well-rounded wrestlers around.
Literally the best in the world.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that when you see us, you'll know.
And that's Chikara in general, too. Is some of the Cassius Ono, Cesaro.
I just picked up, today I was at Target, and I picked up 2 wrestling figures that I can say I picked up the first 2 people that beat me up in a wrestling ring in action figure form. Drew Gulak and Heidi Lovelace. Both passed through Chikara, and now I have action figures of them sitting on my desk.
I knew you were going to go with Drew. I didn't know who the second one was going to be.
Yeah,
that's...
Heidi was still around when I was training, and I got to spend, a handful of minutes in the ring with her before she went away, up to bigger and better things.
That's, Yeah, so I mean, guys, if you're in the Philadelphia area, in the Delaware area, that whole, I don't know what you guys, I
Uh,
know,
we're doing Philadelphia, Reading, Lancaster, Delaware, Pittsburgh coming up, Chicago coming up.
really,
We're on the move. Yeah,
you guys going out to the Midwest, huh?
yeah. The 26th of May. Um,
I have an idea on that. Yeah, that's a Sidney Bacabella thing because he's got some ties in that Chicago area.
yeah, I think he's trying to ruin someone's territory out there and slide in on someone's town.
At Baca, if you guys want to see some of the new rules that are going through, and I'm going to see Sydney on Friday too. I'm going to tell him what I think.
You should. He deserves to hear it all.
I know he's at New England All-Star Wrestling, and that's actually where Bo James will be Friday night. And I'm going to tell him what I think about these new rules because there's nothing. I'm actually, right after I finish up with you in a couple minutes, I'm actually interviewing the one of the writers for a comic book, The Invasion of WrestleTopia.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, so it's you guys need to be able to read this stuff when I send it to you.
Yeah.
And to talk about it. And
I would love to get the bugs out of the car. Let's schedule a fair hearing on these bench press rules here, Bacabella.
Well, listen, I grew up in South Boston, Massachusetts. I might know a way or two how to get bugs out of cars. Not ants, don't worry.
Yes. The only bugs we want to get rid of. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Although if I was ever wrestling the ants, I'm showing up with a can of Raid. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's we've built up a strong immune system. You don't get this size without having vaccinations against Raid.
I'll come up with something. There's that powder you can put on the ground that you guys don't like when it gets on the feet. I can spread that around the ring, and you just get counted out.
Who likes powdered feet? That's the real question here.
This is true. This is very true. But that's now. So we know your plan for Infinite Gauntlet. What are your plans past that this year? Season 20 Chikara or outside of Chikara?
I want to start picking up some title belts. I want to start proving my worth that way. Hopefully, a chance at Young Lions Cup comes my way, and I do better this year than past occurrences.
Now, do the wrestlers in Chikara, because I kind of do you guys count that as a champ? Do you think of that as a championship belt?
Young Lions Cup, certainly. It's one of those accolades to put under your belt.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of Young Lions Cup holders that have gone on to be tremendous athletes.
Yes.
Hollow Wicked, Eric Cannon, Jigsaw, to name a few. Fire Ant, even.
Yeah.
It's one of those feather in the caps that.
Yeah, I absolutely think that, and I think the King of Trios is a title.
Yeah.
A championship. You know what I mean? And I know I think that's something that you guys should look at as that, because it really is.
Yeah, at the very least, it's an accolade everyone wants. It's a resume builder.
I think you guys repeat. I think at some point this year you're going to take the Young Lions Cup. I think you're gonna wind up winning. Who won the Young Lions Cup this year?
This year was Still Life with Apricots and Pears. Thief Ant is challenging Still Life for the Young Lions Cup this Saturday at the Infinite Gauntlet. I'm rooting for him to take it away, but then that just means I'm chasing after my friend.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
we're okay with friendly competition.
And that's the thing is, you're not out there fighting him because you don't like him. You're not out there fighting him because he's evil, like a lot of the guys in Chikara are just pure evil.
Yeah.
But you're out there fighting him because he has what you want. And sometimes those battles are the hardest fought battles.
Yeah. He understands that we both want Young Lions Cup, and we both are willing to step up our game in order to get it and keep it.
Now, I have to wrap up now. I know we only went about a half hour, but I have another one scheduled in a few minutes.
No worries.
I just have to tell our fans about this. And you actually, if you listen to podcasts, this might interest you. There's an app out there called Podcoin. And it works kind of like one of those reward programs where you spend so much at a store and you get a gift card. Well, all you got to do is on Podcoin, you sign up, you listen to podcasts, and you listen to X amount, and you can get gift cards to places like Starbucks and stuff like that. You got us on there. There's thousands of podcasts on there. Most of your favorites will be there. And that's just by downloading the Podcoin app.
That's very exciting news.
And we'll give you, if you use promo code Irish Whip, you get 300 bonus coins. So that's just something out there for you guys that we saw an opportunity to give something back. And we said, why not? Let's give this a shot. Now, Green Ant, where can people book you, get in touch with you? What's your Twitters and your MySpaces and your everything else's?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at _GreenAnt_. That's where I keep those updated pretty regularly. On Facebook, if you want the information 3 days later, whatever I feel like throwing up there, it's facebook.com/greenant wrestles. To book me, if you want to book me, you can email me at greenantwrestles@gmail.com. And if you want any of the official Anthill merchandise, visit greenant.bigcartel.com.
That's oh man, and your merch, I didn't even touch on that today. I apologize because you have ring-worn masks, you have masks that you made just for merchandise.
Yep.
You have T-shirts.
Since I make all my own masks, every now and then I'll see a fabric and want to try something new, and usually I make them up to be worn in the ring, and there's something about them that it just won't work in the ring, or it's too snug on my face, and I throw them in another section called what was it, Project Masks or something like that. So it's pretty much masks that I've worn around, but I just won't be able to wear them in the ring. They're concept masks. They're ones that just won't. I can't do what I usually do with them in the ring, but they're still high quality ones. The Marvel comic book one I made went under the concept mask, and that was one of the ones that people really enjoyed seeing.
That's cool. I can imagine. And you guys have pins and stickers and everything else too, which is
pins, stickers, patches, T-shirts. We have just about something for everyone.
Right. So if you're a wrestling fan and you like the characters, you can check out Chikara, watch some of the matches, and then go on and support these guys. Buy the merchandise. This is the way these guys are able to keep doing it. This is the way Green Ant is. I don't think he wear masks. I think he just that's just your face, I'm assuming.
My face hangs out.
This is the way they're able to keep doing this. And so, maybe if a mask is out of your budget this month, maybe a pin is in your budget. Maybe a sticker is in your budget. And just support these guys. Support indie wrestling in general, because this is where, without indie wrestling, NXT doesn't get its people. The WWE doesn't get its people. Ivar right now in the WWE and the War Raiders spent a good 15 years on the independent scene.
Yep. Most of the people that they sign have had long tenures on the independent scene.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Gulak. Cassius Ohno. Cassius Ohno's been around forever.
He was 15, 18 years, something like that, before he got signed.
But those guys wouldn't be able to keep doing it without and actually those guys, it's the merchandise and the sales like that. It's just support indie wrestling, guys, please. Support these guys. Buy the merch. Grab a T-shirt. Grab whatever you can afford at the tables. Buy an autograph, a picture, whatever. Green Ant, thank you so much, man. You're always welcome on here. My anthill is your anthill.
Thank you.
And I listen. I'm 6'7". If I was an ant, I think I would qualify as giant for you guys, and I would love to have your backs.
Thanks. I always enjoy being on here.
You're welcome anytime, and I appreciate that you stayed awake.
Yes.
All right, guys, we are out. All right, thank you, man. I'll probably edit this out like tomorrow because I literally got to call this comic book guy now.
No, sure, please, yeah.
And we'll get it on.
Chance. I'll see it. It'll pop up in my feed, and I'll send it out for you.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Yep. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.